Welcome back to Yoga Express. It's all about moving the body to still the mind. My name is Banu. I'm your host for this program. Last week we had an amazing workout with a very refreshing approach to teaching yoga. Nayobi Perdomo was our guest teacher. Nayobi came back. I requested her to come back because I was calling you names, Nayobi, by the way. I had a real problem in the sense, a very happy problem. You were working on the core.
Yes.
And my core is not very strong yet, so I really need to work at it a few more times. But it was a great experience. So Nayobi, welcome back to our show. We really love having you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
It was so relaxing.
Yeah.
I honestly felt like I was on the beach with the birds chirping and seagulls and whatever. You have the sounds that we hear in the background. That music is from Sapta Tandavam, the opening music. Body music is Basizar Depara. But you can hear the waves, you can hear the waterfall, the birds. And with your workout, it was all so nice and soothing, very rural. Before I move on to reintroduce Nayobi, I don't even have to introduce her again to you guys. I'm going to have her talk about herself. But I want to thank our director, Connie Perry. Connie, thank you so much for coming back every time for us. We really appreciate that you're here again today, directing our show. So thank you. Richard Swanson is once again responsible for making us all look so good here. The Gobo, my mascot in the background. Folks out there who are stretching with us, just know you can practice with us every mornings, Monday mornings, and sometimes on other days as well. 6:30 to 7, Time Warner 56, RCN 83, FiOS 34. Nayobi, just to fill in the parts that we didn't get to talk about you last time, because we like to know a little more about our guest teachers. We like our viewers to know each time. We want them to know a little more about you. Is there anything we missed out talking about you?
Yeah, so I'm a bilingual Spanish yoga teacher. I actually teach yoga in both Spanish and English, which is something I love to do. I also teach kids yoga and prenatal yoga and postnatal yoga for those. Yes,
nice.
I'm a mom, and I went through the whole pregnancy, and I continued my yoga practice through and through. It actually helped me for the big day. So I always have different clients who request that. So that's available. And you can catch me again at All Yoga Studio at Ridgewood, Queens, New York. We're located at 780 Woodward Avenue. So I teach there every Wednesdays from 6:30 p.m. to 9:15 p.m.
All Yoga Studio.
All Yoga Studio.
And folks, you will have Nayobi's credits up there in a moment. So if you want to reach out, check her out, Facebook, you're all over the place. You have a website, you have Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Do you have a Twitter handle as well?
I do not have a Twitter. It's a lot for me. I'm not the most techie person. I really like a one-on-one personal touch. But if you want to catch me and you want to see more of me and you want to kind of go through the series, please come to the studio. I will love to see you, and it's always a pleasure.
myfitadventure@gmail.com.
myfitadventure.
That bottom part in our credits seem to have got cut off just a little bit, but you know how to get there. myfitadventure. You need to be a good speller to get the spelling right. Otherwise, just check her out, myfityogi.com.
Yeah.
Nayobi, ooh, my core. I do love it. It's a happy sore, but my core is sore. So feel free to tell me what you're going to take me through.
So today we're actually going to work our shoulders and also do a lot of heart openers. A lot of times we're behind our desk or even on our iPhones or
Right.
smartphones, and we're always hunching over. This need to hunch over, right? And so today we're going to be doing a couple of asanas, a couple of postures to help us lift our chest forward, lower our shoulders down, and actually have a nice posture, a good posture.
Oh,
So
sounds
that
good.
also works, doesn't work a lot of core, but it helps us lift through our center,
Right.
So we're going to start doing that.
I can do the countdown from my 12-pack. I'm going to go down to a 10-pack. Okay, I'm
So
ready.
let's start. So we're gonna start in once again all fours.
Okay.
Make sure that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders and your knees are right underneath your hips. And what we're gonna do is we're going to inhale, reach our right hand forward, and as you exhale, we're gonna weave our right hand through underneath our left and lower our deltoid onto the mat. And you can either leave your left hand where it's at, or you can extend your left hand forward, depending on your mobility. Feeling good, feeling a nice stretch from your shoulder blades, your deltoids, letting your hips just rest up in the air. Breathing in through that last one, inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Good, a lot of times we're in our office, and it really helps to unwind those shoulders as you inhale, reach your left arm forward, and as you exhale, weave it through underneath your right arm. And you can either leave your right hand where it's at, or you can extend it forward. Feel the full range of motion here. Nice. Inhaling. Exhale for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Last one. And slowly come to all fours. Good. And let's begin with some cat and cows. And as we inhale, we're going to lift our chest forward into cow. We're going to lower our belly down, lift our tailbone up behind. Right? So it looks just like this. Right? Lifting through. And as you exhale, come into cat. Lower your head, curl your upper back. Lower your tailbone down, really squeeze all the air out. Almost feel light on your hands. It's so good to do this in the morning when we first wake up. Lift your chest up, cat. Exhale. Good, Bano. Release all the tension that we have from our cervical spine. Inhale once again. Exhale. Last one, take a really big inhale. Fill your belly up with air. Lift your tailbone up, your chest lifts. Look up if you can. Exhale. Release all the air out from the belly, from the body. Release your head. Feel it heavy. As we inhale back, come back into a neutral spine. Good. Let's sit on our heels. So we're going to take our arms out in front of us. Bend our elbows, right? And we're going to place the right hand underneath the left. And if your palms can touch, great. If they can't, that's fine. You can just have it like this. And as we inhale, we're going to lift our elbows up, right? Coming into eagle. Elbows up, look up to our thumbs or fingers if you can. That nice stretch in our upper shoulder blades. Last one, exhale, release. Good. Let's switch sides. Good. This time, bend your elbows. Bring the left arm underneath the right. Eagle arms, good. As you inhale, begin to lift the elbows up. Now, everyone has different range of motion. So if you can only come maybe an inch or 2 high, that's good enough, right? It doesn't have to be all the way up here. Just subtle movements is what makes the difference. Those subtle movements. And you can do this in the office, where you're at work. You can take these poses anywhere you go. It's a nice stress reliever. Exhale, slowly release. Good. Now we're gonna interlace our fingers behind us. And as we inhale, we're gonna press our shoulders down. And our knuckles may touch the mat, may not. Lifting your chest up. Nice heart opener. And you can slightly tilt your head back if you can. If this feels uncomfortable, you can just look forward. Opening up, really pressing back. And we'll be coming back to this again. Inhale, slowly release. Now we're gonna do here, we're gonna interlace our fingers behind the bottom of our head. And we're gonna lower our head all the way down so our chin touches our sternum. Releasing any tension that we may store, which can be a lot, especially in New York, right? All the tension we might store.
That does feel very good, actually. Feels nice.
Last one. Inhale, slowly come back up. Now let's slowly come up to the top of our mat. Let's come into a standing position. Make sure your big toes are touching. Thighs are together. And as we inhale, we're going to come into a Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Drop your hips down, right? Most of the weight is in our heels. Lift up. And as we exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up, long spine. Exhale, walk your feet back into knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana, your choice. Inhale, lift your chest up into upward dog or baby cobra, your choice. And as you exhale, press your hips back, heels, tailbones back into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, place your right foot forward, place your left foot back, and come all the way up on inhale for warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1. Good. Feel your hips forward. So if your hips are not facing forward, what you can do is place your hips actually out to the side. Squaring your hips, looking up. Exhale, place your hands back down. Center your foot back. Press yourself back into a plank position. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As we inhale, reach your left foot back. Place it between your hands. As you exhale, inhale, reach your arms overhead. Virabhadrasana 1. Okay. Warrior 1. Remember that hip is always squared. Exhale, place your hands down and go through your vinyasa flow. Exhaling, inhaling. Really focusing on the breath. Exhale. And then begin to pedal your feet back and forth, really lifting to the tailbone. Feeling nice. And as you relax your head in downward facing dog, just sink slightly into your shoulders. Right? So all the weight is now on your shoulders, right? We're not doing a plank. We're pressing our tailbone behind us. Look between your hands, bend your knees. You can walk or jump or step to the front of your mat.
I like the options.
Inhale, reach your chest forward. Long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit your hips back. Reach your arms overhead. Utkatasana, chair pose. And inhale, come back to center. Inhale, Utkatasana, reach your arms overhead, sink your hips back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your chest forward. Exhale, walk your feet back into a plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're going to do a slight variation to this Series B. As you inhale, reach your right foot back. Exhale, place it between your hands. Inhale, reach your arms overhead for Warrior One. Now here in Warrior One, we're going to interlace our fingers behind us. Inhale, reach our chest forward. Right knuckles back. And as you exhale, that space in between your legs, forward fold for Devotional Warrior. Feels nice just to sink into your hips. Make sure you're pressing down towards the back heel. Inhale, slowly come up. Reach your arms overhead. And exhale, lower your hands down and go through your flow as you exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up behind you. Press it forward as you exhale. And as you inhale, lift your arms overhead. Warrior One. Make sure that back leg is nice and flat and you have a heel to heel alignment. Still pressing forward. Interlace your fingers behind you. Good. As you inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, Devotional Warrior. Letting your hands just sink behind you as you're interlaced. Last one. Inhale, lift all the way up. Arms overhead. And exhale, Vinyasa flow. As you press your left foot back, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale for one. Inhale, exhale for two. Inhale, exhale for three. Slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, reach your chest forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And exhale, hands to heart center. Place your hands to your side. Walk your feet out. Maybe hips width distance apart so you can have a nice balance here. As you inhale, reach your right hand overhead. Take your left hand, place your thumb and index finger around your wrist. And as you exhale, lean towards the left side. This once again requires a bit of core strength, but also lengthening through that right shoulder from the back. Inhale, come back to center. Release, switch sides. Index finger, thumb around the wrist. Exhale. Good. Inhale, come back up. Good, release your hands. And let's just do a Surya just to come back into the ground. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, walk back into your chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As we inhale, slowly lower your knees to the ground and come back into all fours. Good. So our next movement we're going to do is puppy pose. This is a very deep shoulder opener. So what we're going to do is walk yourself slightly back on your mat. We're going to come into our fours. Make sure your knees once again are underneath your hips. That's always a must. And as you exhale, begin to slowly walk your hands out in front of you. So your hips are going to maintain themselves up in the air. You're going to lower your form and as much as you can, your armpits onto the ground. You want to
That's
now,
not happening today.
and if it doesn't happen, it's fine. But you want to maintain your chin on the ground, looking up, right? Opening through your shoulders, slowly pressing. Right? Using still your ujjayi breath to bring air into those tight areas. And as you continue to practice this puppy pose, right, you're going to see that your shoulders can slowly start sinking, right? They're going to start opening up. And you can also do this pose on the wall, placing your hands against the wall and begin to slowly walk your feet back.
This puppy is getting tired.
Yeah.
That felt good though.
Yeah, it does.
Very nice.
So you're one step ahead of me. Inhale, come into Sphinx pose. Right? Make sure your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Forearms are parallel. Inhale, reach your chest forward, still opening to the heart. Right? Imagine a light coming, shining from your heart. Exhale. Slowly come back up. And before we come on our backs, we're going to reach our right arm overhead, bending the elbow. Now we're going to grasp our left hand behind us and see if your fingers can touch. If they can't touch, that's fine. We're just looking for an opening.
Just to get that.
Yeah. And if you have a strap,
Maybe
you can
want to
definitely...
turn around.
Yes.
Why don't you turn around
Yeah.
so they can see you?
Right. So if your hands can touch, that's great.
Great.
If they can't, that's great too, right? We just want an opening of the shoulders. If you have a strap, you can place a strap, right,
Between the hands.
between the hands.
Alright.
And hold on.
Mine are just with the fingertips.
Yeah.
Yours are the whole up to the
So
wrist.
everyone has a different range of motion. So let's switch sides, right? Opposite hand. Same thing. So you see my hands can't touch on this side. So on one side I'm a little tighter than the other. But just do what you can. Do not try to force anything, right? Our rotator cuffs are right there, so we don't want to injure that. And inhale.
I have to say it feels really nice though.
And exhale slowly. Release. Now let's begin to line our back. We're going to do one last heart opener, and then we're going to just wrap that up.
Sounds
Good.
good.
Let's bend our knees.
Should we turn around? Maybe heads to the camera.
So make sure that your knees are bent. And actually, Bono's going to demonstrate here. Knees are bent. Our ankles are right underneath the knees. Our hands are to our sides. Good. We're going to look towards the ceiling. Good. And as we inhale, we're going to lift our hips up off the ground, pressing through our heels, and we're going to interlace our hands behind us. So we did a lot of shoulder openers, so our shoulders should be nice and tight. Squeeze your shoulders underneath you, press your hips up, right? You should be able to at least, perhaps, touch your chin with your sternum, right? Sometimes that's not possible. But today, for her, it's possible. Good. Continue to press.
I've got two of them, so there.
Good. Exhale, slowly release. Knock your knees together. Open up your feet, mat distance apart. Just relax. We're going to do that once more. Are you ready, Bon?
Yep.
As you inhale,
Ladies, I'm giving you a 4-minute warning.
Great. Thank you, Connie.
inhale, lift your hips up. Interlace your fingers. Remember to really shrug your shoulders underneath you, right? Place them right underneath your chest if you can. Lifting up, and we're staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, 1, slowly lower. Good. Begin to knock your knees together, open up your feet, mat distance apart, and just good. So one last thing.
Yeah.
We're almost there. You're gonna Bring your feet parallel distance apart. Good. Bring your arms out, open to a T. And then you're gonna bend your elbows into cactus. Make sure that your elbows are a 90-degree angle. So this small movement is enough. You're opening your heart, right? You're embracing, accepting all the beautiful energy of the universe. You're surrendering, you're letting it go, right? Part of the practice of yoga is letting it go, letting whatever no longer serves you go. So we're here today, letting what no longer serves us, what we hold on our shoulders, we're letting those things go, right? The world does not have to be on your shoulders.
That's right. We play catch.
Definitely. And as we inhale, let's slowly seep into our Shavasana, relaxing your hands to our sides. If you want to stay in cactus, you definitely can. It's always good to nice, relax, and let go. And the purpose of Shavasana is to really now, you put the body to work. Now the mind is here to be still, right? To quiet. The chitta vritti, right, of the mind, the monkey mind.
Right.
It starts to settle.
That's
And
right.
the only thing that is moving really is your breath still. And if your mind starts to wander in your Shavasana, come back to your breath. Good. Now let's bring our knees in back into our chest. Hug ourselves in close. You can rock yourself from side to side and slowly come into a fetal position. Onto the right side. You can even place your hand underneath just for support. Right?
So while we're in this fetal position, I'd like to wrap up. My name is Banu Suresh. You guys are watching Yogaxpress. Thank you, Nayobi Perdomo. You are an amazing teacher. You also included the Shavasana, which I love. And thanks to Connie Perry, our director. Thank you, Connie, for staying with us. I hope you'll be able to stretch with us one of these days.
You can come up to sit, press yourself up.
Oh, do I have to? Felt good.
Yes. Place your hands to the heart center. Namaste.
We may namaste. Thank you. That felt beautiful. I'm not sure if we have the luxury of a few seconds, but if we do, I was just going to have you call out. I think we're done. We're wrapped up. For whatever it's worth, why don't you call out your
Yes, so
email?
once again, you can reach me at myfitadventure@gmail.com. My name is Nayobi Perdomo. You can also reach me through Facebook, MyFitYogi, or www.myfityogi.com. Check me out.
Thank you, Nayobi.
No.
That was a really good workout. We'll wait for our director to say, you guys are free to go, and then but we'll stay here. If there are any tips that you want me to do, how did you feel? Worked out okay? There was some
It was really
posture
great.
solutions.